Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Here I have a great article for you guys from Mike over at Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So T-Mobile also presented at the Bank of America conference, and the very first topic at the very beginning of the conference was about the 600 megahertz purchase from Comcast for up to $3.3 billion. Now, the main question that was asked was this purchase for congestion issues? And right away, Peter Osvaldik said no, they don't have any congestion on it right now. They're just using this to further enhance the experience and, of course, to further grow the company, right? Within that footprint, it's not national, as I pointed out to you guys in a previous video. You guys saw that map. They're not getting an additional chunk of 600 nationwide. It's only in certain markets, but it's going to give them a boost, right? Like somebody sent me a screenshot earlier. Apparently, areas of Minnesota already are at 20 by 20 when they were just 15 by 15. So T-Mobile is putting that spectrum to use almost instantly. Happening very quick. And I didn't expect anything else. They have the radios on air, so everything now is just software. So just about as quick as you're going to see the 600 go online is about as quick as this Auction 108 spectrum would be put on air for N41. Like Mike Sievert said, it would take them 2 days to put it on air. So that was discussed very early on. So just a brief summary there. Not much to really discuss on that. They just really, they have the free cash flow, so they decided to buy it. And of course, it's going to help them better performance at cell edge and to grow the company. So next that was discussed, of course, the massive cash generation for the company. It's moving forward, it's just not going to go unnoticed, right? They're doing a dividend buyback. They're doing a large share buyback still at $19 billion after they pay a huge chunk out to Columbia Capital, and then the remaining C-band payment is coming due. And they're still able to put out $19 billion even after making all those payments. That's pretty impressive. Although these announcements are coming off the back of a huge layoff, about 5,000 people. It's still impressive for a company that previously wasn't doing anything big on margins. Their free cash flow on a quarterly basis was like $600-700 million at best, to now possibly generating over $20 billion by my estimations. T-Mobile is always conservative, so that $18 billion target, I think they crushed that by 2025, 2026, especially now with the new plans. Now, one thing that Jon Freier did disclose, he's also presenting at this conference, it's him and Peter Osvaldik, is that he's already looking at the numbers, and the Go 5G Next is for the minority, not the majority. He disclosed that right away. It's not for everyone. It's only for a small percentage. So that they're already expecting little to no return from that plan. But they want to give the optionality. It's all about giving consumers options, and that's something they disclosed. So that's probably the trend that I'm guessing from hearing that is the Go 5G Plus will be the most popular plan. Like the Magenta Max was, the Go 5G Plus will be the most popular plan. And of course, that's right now where you can get the most money for the iPhone 15. The Magenta Max, it's like $350 at best from what I've seen. So a lot of people are going to start migrating over to the Go 5G Plus. I can see that happening. Again, not forced. T-Mobile's not forcing you. It's by choice. But giving such a low value for the promo on the Magenta Max, I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm just gonna go with the Go 5G Plus, which in return, again, is gonna make T-Mobile they make more money, but of course they have to dish out more money for the promos. $350 to $1,000. I mean, that's a lot more money that you're paying to give that you're gonna give that customer for that promotion. So, Jon Freier did talk about small market rural areas. He's seeing great strides there. Again, as of Q1, they're at 16.5%. They didn't disclose an update during Q2. Maybe we get one during the third quarter earnings call. I'm thinking they're at 17.5, 18 now. I mean, they're growing pretty quickly. Like I said in the previous video, I still have to see churn on that number specifically. Although we will never get that. They don't never present individual churn numbers. They just give you an overall churn. I'd have to see the churn on that specifically, just to see where they stand in that environment, right? They're still chasing the competitors there, right? No matter what they tell you, they're growing. Yes, they're adding coverage, they're adding sites, but they're still chasing Verizon and AT&T in that territory. That geographical territory, they're chasing those two, and they're getting better. They're making strides, but they have to invest, a few more years, I feel. And they have the low band, right? So now they're getting more from Comcast per leasing in some of those environments. So that's going to be good for the company. They're going to be able to perform. They're going to be able to stretch out the signal a bit more, not have to space as much. So that's going to be very good for the company overall. Good for the consumer. Again, there's some pros and cons to this. The pros, of course, T-Mobile was just overall in a better position. I'm getting more, listening to these conferences, I'm getting more confident. They sound very, very comfortable in their position. And the reason you can get more confident is because you're seeing results. You look at the quarterly earning, the Q2 earnings, they had their highest growth since Q2 2015. Right? So they continue breaking through. No matter how they do it, they continue to deliver and execute. Right? With Verizon, it's hard to get confident because they keep telling you value prop, value this, we do that. But then quarterly earnings comes, we lost 136,000 customers. And then you got Hans recently at Goldman Sachs, we don't grow. We haven't in a long time. Said that literally. I posted that on X, formerly known as Twitter. Those were his exact words. We don't grow on consumer wireless, we lose. His exact words. So, again, that's why I grow confident with T-Mobile, because the results, they back it up. They talk, they say we're doing this, we're doing that, it's working, the brand is increasing, perception percentage is increasing amongst consumers, and they grow. The financials are getting better, margins will improve, profits will improve, free cash flow is improving, tremendous cash generation for the business. They disclosed that again, talked about that during the conference. They didn't really touch on the network too much outside of the 600 megahertz. Didn't really need to. They disclosed right off the bat, per third party testing, we're the best network now. Again, it's up to you if you believe it or not. Whatever you do with that, you make with that as you will. It's still anecdotal based on your experience, of course, locally. But that's what they're presenting, right? And it's resulting into numbers. That's the big takeaway here. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.